And we're back with the official Illuvium preseason tournament. For anyone unaware, we also have Nil on the stream, which is one of the core game designers and developers on the Illuvium Arena game. How's it going today, man?
Hey, Scotty X. Super happy to be here and very excited to see what happens in these finals of the test tournament. Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. We've got a really killer 8 players in the finals here. And it's going to be pretty good. Like there's, we got Slicks, of course. We've got Texan, Carl, Fishy, Nareba, Soda. And there's a few others, I think. I can't remember their names. But there's quite a few epic players on. They're about to go live. We've had a crazy 4 rounds leading up until this point, but we are getting set up to run this down. Slicks, Erica, you're all good to get started. We will get it on the stream in just a second. But yeah, so just quickly going over the rules. This finals will be a little bit different to what you're used to on my channel and some of the other tournaments in the Illuvium ecosystem for pure fairness and a little bit more of a general competitive edge. It is going to be a pure best of 3. So every single player is going to participate in a best of 3 game, 8 players per game, obviously. And then based on their final positioning, they will get points. If you're first, you get 8 points. Second, you get 7, third, 6, and so on and so forth. What happens at the end of this is the player with the highest amount of points wins. Very, very simple. Now, for tie breaks, it will be based on the highest placement in the game. So, for example, if Slicks comes first, second, and third, and then someone else comes second 3 times, they would have the same amount of points. However, Slicks also has a first under his belt, so he would end up winning that event. If there are 2 more than 1 highest placement, then whoever had the most of them wins. And then the third tiebreak for this will be the most recent score. So if 3 players were tied on those first 3 things, then whoever came first in that third game would be the one taking the championship. So I hope that's clear. The tiebreaks will be mostly relevant for places like 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and less so probably 1st and 2nd, but that is perfectly fine. Just worth laying all that out for all the players, for all the people watching and things like that. And then we will go into the event. So you guys are ready to start? Let's do it. I'm going to mute and deafen myself in the Discord now. Everyone should be muted and deafened. They look like they are. Please, no watching each other's streams. We're deciding that's going to be how we go with the event today. And let's jump into it. Okay. Just quickly when we're going into game 1, Nil. I hate to do this to you, but what is coming up in this recent patch?
The one that's coming.
Yeah, there's one coming soon, right?
Yeah. It's the patch is ready. We have some technical issues that hopefully we will solve this coming week, and hopefully it can hit production very, very soon. We've seen some composites clearly overperforming. I'm not going to mention them just in case not to influence the current tournament going on. But all of that is being tackled. It's a very, very big patch now that we have all the features ready. We have drone augments, we have legendary augments, we have primaries, composites, we have weapons, amplifiers, suit amplifiers. All of that is being touched, just a little, but in many facets. And hopefully we can improve the balance of the game a little bit more.
I just got to quickly deafen myself. I realized I wasn't deafened. I don't think my mic was on anyway, so it's fine. But yes. Yeah, that's really good to hear. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, Nil has been an absolute shining light in the Illuvium Discord this past... How long have you been here? 12 months or like actively working on stuff? Maybe longer? 2 years?
Now it's around 14 months.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, he came in and he's like, sure, he's doing excellent work behind the scenes. We all know that. That's obvious. He's been doing excellent work with the balance and everything of the game as well. But what's been most noticeable is he is so active in the community, answering questions, taking in feedback and everything, that it has improved the arena, the sentiment around the arena and everything adjacent out of sight, and it has been absolutely incredible. I just wanted to say thank you from myself personally. I know the community really appreciates you, and I'm glad to have you on the stream too. But what people don't realize is I don't come across you in games too often because we're very opposite time zones, but I've seen matches that you've been in, and you are really, really good at Illuvium. Like, you don't really participate in the tournaments because that would be a bit unfair having a dev in there, I think. Yeah, I'd like to see you in some in the future if they let you, but that would be a little bit awkward. But for who doesn't know, Nil is probably one of the best players in the entire game. And so it's really great to have him here. What are the current strategies happening and things like that? And like, how do you expect players to approach this event?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for your words. I really appreciate it. And hopefully, together with the community, we can make Illuvium a great success. Very excited for what's coming on with these tournaments that are binding towards this main event, this World Championship. I think this is going to be very big for Gauntlet's competitive scene. That being said, on your question, it's very hard for me to say, because I've seen the gameplay data. I know what's strong. I think most of the people here know what's strong. Because I talk with some of them and they share with me. If I were to say it, I would probably influence the game, but there are some specific comps that we will most likely see during these finals, and we can comment on them.
Well, we can see he's gone with the Stoic links early. I haven't pulled the Stoic links in a game in such a long time because I don't think it's as weak as the base links myself, but these players are much better than me. Clearly Texan knows something I don't. I do know that 3 Bulwark early and 5 Bulwark early pretty much hands you the first 10, 15 rounds. It's not guaranteed later on. It does fall off a bit unless you start getting that Colossus synergy set up. But Bulwarks is really good early, and we're going to see that play out as long as you can protect your DPS. If they go down too fast, it doesn't really help. But Bulwarks are really, really good. You can see the opponent here doesn't have really any stage 2s. And so I'm a Fishy is going to get dropped pretty easily in this round. Would have been funny if I ate my words there, but Stoic Links is going to come out with a big Omega from the Grocco there. The Bulwarks are just taking too long to take down. Monkey is stuck at the back. He's not able to attack yet.
Still stuck. Now.
He's getting some attacks off now. Stoic Link's still alive though. A little bit of an error from Texan, or maybe that was his plan. I'd like to say it was a slight error, but overall not the worst thing, because it made sure his DPS didn't die, right? Didn't get taken out. Now, if Fishy had like a Scion or something, then that would have been bad, because he got to hit the DPS without the DPS hitting back, which would have been pretty bad for him. But clearly working out pretty well. 4 win streak for Texan, up into the PvE round, so really good position for him. I can't remember. I've always made the assumption, but I can't remember. The gold you get, right, from having a 4 win streak, do you still get that after the PvE round?
You keep winning the win streak gold, but the PvE round itself doesn't add you an extra win, right?
Yes, yeah,
you know
but you get the extra gold though.
You get the benefit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that for anyone who's a beginner at the game doesn't realize that that's really important part of the game. You want to have a high win streak or a high lose streak going into that PvE round. Otherwise, you're wasting a lot of free gold, because you still get the lose streak gold from winning the PvE round, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that those streaks are not broken right before the PvE round, or you're losing quite a bit of momentum. Yeah, that's easier said than done, but my point is that Texans in a really good position on that. Ola even lost one of the rounds earlier on, so he didn't get quite the benefit from that win streak. You can see from the little gold sparkles around each player's portrait just how good their win streak is, which is a really, really great improvement to the game too. Also, thanks for the repost, Rich. I really appreciate it, man.
Let's do one thing, Scoriox. At round 10, well, it's almost round 10, but let's say at round 15, we do a quick scouting on all the players and we bet who's going to win.
Okay. All right, let's do it. It's going to be a little bit tricky. I've only got six streams because we need some of the ranger roles and stuff, but Rich is sorting that now. Oh, Texan might actually lose this one. He's got Boomerang. I love Boomerang. Such a good weapon. Not getting quite enough damage. Soda going to get a win. Got the main win streak in the game now. Texan still has pretty decent momentum. He's got 30 credits still, which is quite good. He's still keeping Monkey at the back. Like, I mean, keeping your DPS at the back is good, but you got to make sure he can get out. And sometimes you're just not going to get quite as lucky. Like, if that Revo comes into the wrong spot, you could be a little bit stuck here. Fox Spirit, pretty solid team here. He's got the Cooker, the Cookerless, TNT, and the Fleesh. But what's interesting is I don't quite know what Texan's trying to build here. It looks like he's got a little bit of everything. He's got the 2 Archies in case he wants to go down a heavy empath route. He's still got the Atipo on the board. He's got the Ace. I kind of get it. Ace is actually a really strong Illuvial, especially if you're going down the Scion route. And then he's got a Rota for some odd reason, a Cooker for maybe empaths. And then Mjol, I guess, is the first tier 4 he saw. So how do you strategize around this? I don't really understand it myself because clearly I play a little bit differently. I kind of focus in on a specific comp a little bit more than this.
I wanted to ask you something, Scoriox. The guys playing the finals can hear us?
No. Well, I
Okay,
mean, if they're watching the stream, but they shouldn't be.
Okay. I guess then we can comment on what's strong and what's weak with more liberty.
We can wait until later in the match. I think that's fine. I think that leaves a little bit of fairness. But
Let's do that.
But like, no, but I'm talking like personally. Like, you know, from the data, so it's a little bit harder for you to say it. But me personally, I think Ace is quite good. I think that's one of the reasons you get it on there. Mjol's quite good as well. Obviously, it looks like he's sold it now though. Making sure to get up to 40 gold to grab that extra interest. For anyone who doesn't know, you get an extra interest every round based on every 10 gold you have. Slicks at the top here with a brand new name. That Monkey is going to take out the Slappin' pretty early here. Slicks' overall comp is quite strong. The augments on that Monkey were quite good, but the overall team strength is not quite as strong. That Lynx tearing through. You do not want to mess with the Lynx with 3 augments on it, and those are 3 really good augments for the Lynx. I'm expecting Slicks here to have a win streak for quite some time with that Lynx. It's not going to fall off until round 20 or so. In my personal opinion, Lynx is one of the best Illuvials in the game. The downside obviously being that it doesn't give you any synergies, which I think is quite interesting because later in the game, the composites start to take over the game, where if you have a really good composites, you're going to start dominating quite well, and the Lynx cannot fit into that setup. And so the Lynx does fall off quite fast. But until then, Slicks' Lynx is going to dominate and give him a great, not a head start, but a great advantage and great momentum heading into the late game of this match. Yeah, you can't change usernames for a month. I've been through that because when I was trying to claim my Scoriox username, it was a debacle. Let's put it that way. Okay. Great position for that Stoic Lynx. Not doing so much damage with that Omega. Now, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I swear Stoic Lynx used to, like, chunk people like mad. But he is really not doing a whole lot.
One of the things that we've seen through the data is that Lynxes, especially Bulwark, Fighter, and Rogue, the melee Lynx, are not that strong considering the early credit investment that you're doing, and also considering that they do not provide any composites. So those are one of the units that we will see some help in this patch that is coming.
Yeah, it's interesting that way. The base Lynx is really good because it doesn't provide composites, but the stage 2 Lynxes are not nearly as impactful. Now, the Scion Lynx, like you noticed, the Scion Lynx is quite good. Like, it falls off like everything else unless you get it to stage 3, but it does the work if you position it correctly and things like that. And the Empath Lynx has always been quite good, but it's really has to fit a really specific composition, I think, is the thing. We will notice that Texan went into the first PvE round with a 4-win streak, and now he's going to the second one with a 4-lose streak. So even though he's lost a few rounds now, he's still got really good momentum heading into this PvE round, and 58 credits, and able to level up in the next round. He's not really building up to any stage 3s yet, so we're going to see when he starts to engage that. But yeah.
Legendary augments, that's important.
Yes, what did he take?
Evasive Bailing. That's a very carry-oriented augment. Seems like
I don't think I've had that one come up since it's been changed. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, it gives you Omnivamp, a Mega Power, and a 25% health. You become untargetable and invulnerable, and gaining attack speed. Very, very good for a hyper carry. Now, it doesn't always work, because if your hyper carry is one of the last man standing and it didn't do quite enough damage over the course of the game, then it's not going to save it. However, if your hyper carry ended up getting caught out a little bit early by like a rogue or something, then it is going to save it from that fight, guarantee it the win on the 1v1, and then allow it to dish out some serious damage after that. He's also opened up his team a little bit so that his Monkia isn't getting so stuck in the back there. We're also noting the stage 3 Stoic Lynx coming out, which is going to increase the survivability massively, but also really improve, really improve that damage output as well. Mostly survivability. I didn't see it doing too much damage with the Omega. Yes, Magma. Is that coming from an augment? That's the augment on the Lynx, right?
Yes.
Yes. So to complete that Magma circuit, he's going to have to go for that Singe now, ideally. Or Scoriox if he gets a little bit lucky with the way that falls. But what I've been seeing from some opponents is some players going heavy into Scions. So I'm not convinced Texan's going to be able to get Scions in this game, unfortunately. And so it's going to be a little bit tricky for him to get that Scoriox. But I could definitely see him going down for Singe. But he might have to level up a little bit faster than he is right now, in my opinion.
Last fight, Texan fought without the Ranger being bonded. So he didn't have Berserk or Magma, but his positioning was so good that he won despite that.
Yes. I've been forgetting to bond a little bit as well. I don't bond until I know I can get a synergy from it. I don't just bond for a random one.
Yeah. This is one of the things that we saw in the survey, how bad we do the job at reminding the player to bond, and when they don't bond, that they should bond. And we've changed the UI significantly so that when you're not bonded, you clearly see it and you don't forget as easily. This will be a big quality of life improvement moving forward in the coming patch.
What would be kind of interesting now, I don't want to like make decisions for players necessarily, but what some games do to help beginners out and things like that is they auto do some of this sort of stuff. So you could actually auto bond, like say you haven't bonded the ranger at all, it could auto bond to ensure you get at least one composite out of it. But that might be overkill on the quality of life stuff. But some games do that sort of stuff, and I think players generally appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But pop-ups and things are also really good as well, but you can miss them if you're not paying attention. You'd argue that players should pay attention, though. How's it going, Vinny?
One of the other things we will be introducing in the upcoming patch is guidance tooltips that are optional tooltips for the players to remind them of certain actions that they may not be doing. Of course, if you're a veteran player and you don't want to see these pop-ups, you can just disable it in the settings. But it will help a lot with onboarding.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, even I think the one game I use that with is Civilization 7 has tooltips, and you have a few different toggles. The first toggle is turning it off entirely. The second toggle is like for intermediate players where you only have like really in-depth ones for really specific things still popping up. And then the third toggle is just all the tooltips pop up every single game of Civ you play. But I think this will be really good for onboarding, and it's some stuff we do really need in the game. It's a little bit harder to get that feedback from our current players, but it's really important. Okay, so like you said, let's go through all the players. I've only got 7 of the streams. I think Rich is sorting the final one maybe, but we did get the 7th one, which is good. So a Texans comp, which is starting to go into a Scion sort of comp with the Stage 3 Stoic links. We've got Fishy has got... Let's see if it loads. Fishy has got an Exalted Gorilla and Monkia. He's got 2 Mud right off the bat, 2 Mystic as well, and 2 Predator. Absolutely insane. I don't even know how he's getting the 2 Mystic. Probably from the Ranger, I'd have to assume. Not getting Mud on the Ranger. Do we know what weapon his Ranger is? It looks like he's got the Earth weapon. He should be able to get Mud later on. We go to Fox. Fox has got a really good Scion comp coming out. Got Scarabok on the board early. 2 Inferno early as well. Probably from the Ranger there. Looks like we have the Empath Ranger weapon. So pretty great team here as well. We're seeing why these are the top 8 players. I would not have had a good enough comp this early. Carl has got quite a few empaths. Very different team again. He just got himself a Riptorus. He's pushing pretty well for that Gazatep as well. Might be getting some sort of enchanter happening at some point. Hard to see what his compositions are. He's got the Stabbin. Working his way towards Slash, and we're going to see some sort of Vanguard Empath hybrid thing come out here. We already had a look at Nareba, didn't we? No, Nareba's got the Rake. He's got a lot of rogues coming in. My bet is going to be on Nareba. I've seen rogues doing really well lately. If we have a look at Slicks, we've got some Toxic, some pretty good fighters. Slicks has a little bit of a broad thing. Heavy into Bulwarks, though. And Soda has... Whoa, he's got the Malura on the board. Jesus. I've never seen a tier 3 stage 3 this early. He's got full Vanguard on right now. Soda, absolute monstrous team right here. Only 2 gold, though. I haven't been looking at people's gold all that much. Who was the one that I said had the rogues? That was Nareba, right? I reckon Nareba's going to do really... Was it Nareba?
I think so, yeah. The one with Gorilla and Monkey Exalted version?
No, that's not the one I'm focusing on. That was Fishy, I think. No, Nareba's Scions. Who had all the rogues? Was it Carl? No. Fox Spirit? No. The hell? Had to have been Fishy then. That's the only one left. He has a sea forest. Okay, Fishy has the mud and stuff. Someone had a Vermilia. Okay, I don't know who it was, but that's who I've got my bets on.
My bet is on Slicks.
On Slicks?
Yeah.
See, he had one of the weaker teams, I think. I mean, obviously he's one of the best players in Illuvium. Everyone knows that. He's generally ranked 1. Oh, he just got Null. He just got Null, which is absolutely huge. He's also got the Stabbin, which is going to slow down. So many players are going for Stabbin right now.
He's 1 copy away from Aegis 3. He's got a Forus already with very good items. And he's going to have 3 Aegis on Forus. That's very, very strong.
He's going to have 3 Aegis.
He's 1 away from Aegis and 1 away from Riplands.
I didn't even notice that.
He's going to enter in a win streak very soon, and at that point it will be over.
Yeah, he rolled down his gold at the exact right moment to get so much good stuff on the board here. And we could see that he already got the really good, like we were talking about before, he got really good augments onto that Lynx, and we could see that it has transitioned into a beast of a forest. A tier 5 stage 2 at round 18 is pretty impressive. A lot of other players were getting stage 3 tier 1s. We saw a sea forest, we saw the 2 mud and things like that. And we saw the Malura, which is probably going to come second, I would say, which was Soda, I think. But we could see that Slicks and Soda are both have more late game compositions forming, as opposed to many of these other players that have a lot of the early game units. Let's see if Slicks can stack up a little bit of little bit of gold now. But he just got Berserker on the board, right?
Yeah.
In your opinion, what would be better to stack? Do you stack the augments on the forest or the Riplands?
At this point, me personally, I would do it on the Riplands. Because it's a stage 3 and it has Berserker active.
Yeah.
I think this is what he wanted to do, but he didn't have enough time.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I asked. I'm like, I think that's what he wanted to do. I just wonder what your thoughts are on it. So the augment he currently has on the forest is he's got that Omega Power one, right?
No, that's
yes,
the current
he's got
one.
Arcane Accelerate. He's got Arcane Accelerator,
you
right?
mean the oh my god.
Yeah, he's got, so he gets 10 Omega Power every 5 seconds, 20 Omega Power off Rip, and Omnivamp, which is really, really good. On something like a Forest, and less so probably on a Riplands to an extent, but still, like, an Augment is good, right? And Riplands does benefit from Omega Power. You can see he did actually keep that one on the Forest, and he attached 2 Fate Sealers onto the Riplands, where attacks inflict Clumsy, so it's not going to be missing anymore, which I found is a really big deal for hyper carries. You want to make sure that they're not missing. We've also got True Sight onto the Forest, so both of these carries are not going to miss, which is going to make a really big difference going to the late game here. And on Takedown from the Riplands, he also gains attack speed, and he gets attack damage and attack speed as well. So he's getting like 80% bonus attack damage between the 3 augments, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting about 70%, I think, total. When he's at 40% health, he gets
Can you check the damage graph for a second?
I can't. That's Slicks. I don't have Spectator mode.
Sure.
Yes, that's one of the big things.
It's coming. It's coming.
I know it's coming. I'm just saying, like, you can feel my frustration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely valid.
Yeah, no. It's nothing wrong with you guys. Like, obviously, it's a lower priority than so much of this other stuff. I 100% agree. But from an adminning side of things, it can be a little bit like that, you know? It's like, I want to do all these things, and scouting would be so much faster and stuff like that.
Yeah. You know? Hopefully next tournament, we can have it.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, man. I'm looking forward to it. What people don't realize though is that this way we're currently doing it is less burden on my PC. But when with spectator mode, if it's not optimized particularly well, it's going to be really tricky because my PC is going to be running the game and running the stream, which can be quite difficult.
By the way, one thing is curious. I saw that you couldn't play with the drag release system.
No, not on the Steam Deck. Don't.
Yeah, on this coming patch, we will add the option to choose click, drag, or click, drag, release, so in the Steam Deck you will be able to play.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. An unfortunate side effect. It's not so much that, like, it's impossible, but the Steam Deck uses trackpads, right? And, you know, on a trackpad, you can only extend your thumb from, like, the bottom left corner to the top right corner, right? You can't move past that. You don't have, like, an infinite mouse pad like you do on a mouse. And so what happens is I try to, like, drag an augment from the inventory to an alluvial that's on, like, a far end of the board, and the trackpad doesn't reach that far. And so I can't actually do it. We're going to see Slicks grab a door. We had an Alfie with the 2% stacking attack speed augment. Is that augment not good anymore? Madness.
Which one?
The stacking attack speed one. The Chronoflux.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's one of the most picked augments of the players.
And it was on an Alfie. I guess just anyone who needs an Alfie doesn't need that augment. And so it was a little bit of a juxtaposition, I suppose.
Yeah, I think no one is going Alfie this game.
We saw so many Scions before. Did they all bail on it? Alfie is good because the Sin Elf gets you the Invoker, right? And we saw someone with a Seaforest. Unless they're one of the players that have been eliminated. Soda was knocked out, which surprises me. Fishy and Carl out as well. Quite tight at the top of this heat, but they're going to be playing each other a lot more often now. Slicks going into... Slicks and Nareba going into this PvE round in the best possible position. Could be kind of cool to have... you know how you have the little gold borders around the people with win streaks?
Mm-hmm.
It could be kind of cool to have like a red border around people with massive lose streaks. Just gives more information to the other players in the match, maybe.
Uh-huh. I'm going to note that down.
Like, it might be too distracting, but it could be good.
Yeah, at least something to consider, absolutely.
He's going to switch around the augments here. He's got pretty much almost the same ones in Forest. Going to give the evasive bailing to it, though. And he's got a different... He has only one of the clumsy augments now. He's got the other legendary augment on the Rip Lance now. Now at the front with Fighter, which is kind of odd, but I don't hate it. You know what? There are really no other better options, so I get it. No Jokul though.
I would have put it on Adoredo, because more attack speed means more casting.
I didn't even notice he had Adoredo. Ramfire has some great augments, getting some huge casts there.
Yep.
So Nareba might have been the one I'm thinking of with the... No, it's Fraudo. Looks like he's got Vermilion.
These Ola guys, Scoriox, joined the community recently, right? Or am I wrong?
Well, Nareba's been around for a long time.
Right, yeah.
I think some of them were definitely here for a long time, but I think a bunch of them recently, yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Although they might have taken a mini hiatus. I think Nareba was around since the early days and then kind of went away and did his own thing for a while. And then I think they're back to a certain extent. It's crazy. Like, we tried to find a bunch of different casters and other things for today, but with the 4th of July and everything, So many people were busy, and just so many people had like big life things that were happening to them and stuff like that. That it's a little bit tricky for this test tournament, but there's going to be a lot more involvement in future events. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting.
If it had to happen, it had to be on the test one, so all good.
Yeah. Unlucky timing, but we managed. Holy lag fest. Yeah, Slix's game is lagging like crazy right now.
Yeah. By the way, Scoriox,
Texan's out, I think.
How's the feedback on the system and the format of the tournament? Is it being lagged?
There was a bit of goings on while I was asleep. I think the most noticeable thing was some of the rules weren't particularly clear, but the biggest issue we really had, I think, stemmed from using the community gaming platform. Platform's great, don't get me wrong, it's just not built for the Illuvium structure so much. And so there was some confusion with seating and things like that, where I don't know if it was necessarily outlined perfectly in the docs, but the community gaming platform kind of has its own way with that as well. And so the biggest feedback on the format was mostly with structure of seating and things like that. So that will all be ironed out. Everything that's been an issue we've taken great note of, and we'll go through it and rectify it all. This Ombre with the healing, unbelievable.
Yeah, double legendary augment on a stage 3 tier 4 unit is very, very strong.
Who was that had the Ombre?
Powers Ascent and Evasive Feeling. Very, very strong hyper carry type of augments.
Fox, I think. Absolute madness.
Nareva is the one with this unit.
Oh, it's Nareva. Okay.
It's going to be very tight between these three comps. I still bet on Slicks, but Nareva is a huge menace.
Yeah, Slinks's Null is going to be hard to break. I don't like the widescreen. It's killing me. I'm going to go to Fox, assuming Slicks is still lagging to shit.
This one is good. Fox Spirit is suffering. He cannot win Nareva, neither Slicks.
Sometimes in the top 3, you end up with a rock, paper, scissors setup. And then it comes down a little bit to who plays who and who had the most health going into it and things like that. I've had a few of them myself, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh my god, but Fox Spirit has a lot of gold. He wants that Mystic.
Two lose streak going into the PV round, not too bad. What do you think? Because Fox is having a little bit of trouble here. He's coming third. What do you think Fox needs to do to improve his comp? Some of the issues with this late game is because of the limited pool of alluvials and how easy it is to kind of reach that final comp in a certain sense. Sometimes you run out of things to do, right? Sometimes you just can't get the comp better.
He's got a lot of options still. He's going now with Mystic, and he also has Apon to unlock Mystic 2. He will go for Adorius. He can ascend to Monarch. He's got a lot of power-up potential still.
So he's got Inferno, Granite, 2 Mystic. What's his weapon? Is that the boomerang? No.
No, it's the staff.
It's the stuff. He hasn't got Mystic on the weapon.
No, he's got Enchanter and it's being a waste at the moment.
So if he wants Inferno Mystic, he needs to do a Fire Empath, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't exist.
I see. So it's either Mystic or Inferno, but not both.
Yeah, I think he will switch to Mystic once he has Adoroyus, but at the moment Inferno is too important, it's his win condition. But he better roll hard now because he's in the dire straits.
He has to get Blazer Knight and go Wildfire Mystic.
Yeah,
right?
that could work. That could work, yeah.
Because he's got Crunk on the board. And he's got his 1 Fern away. No Fern in the carousel was rough, though. Going hard into empaths.
Slicks will be able to get that 4. I think he will go for it.
He is going to pick up the Mind Storm, where he gains 5 energy regen for 5 seconds, afterwards gaining 15 in Mega Power. Also going to grant good Mega Power and attack speed. Looks like it's really good for Blazer Knight. Great augment choice alongside the Adore. Swapping around some of his things. He's going to need some time to rebond.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm quite nervous at the moment.
He's so fast.
Yeah,
He's got to roll that Fern.
He's got
to roll the Fern.
He wants Ador.
Yeah, he wants Ador as well.
I think he's fucked. Oh my god! Last second roll he got Blindness.
Did he get it? He didn't get.
Yes.
He didn't equip Wildfire though. No, he did.
Yes, yes.
He's got 3 Mystic.
This might have saved him.
He's got 3 Mystic, 3 Wildfire. Great orc on the Blazer Knight too.
Oh my god, that Slicks is huge.
Oh my god, that Ripland. It's terrifying. Wildfire's working through the enemy team, but it's not fast enough.
That Ripland is gonna solo.
The Omnivamp on that thing is monstrous.
Yeah.
God damn.
Was it Riplands that had the Aegis buff? Can we check that? Yeah, it's Riplands, got it. Otherwise the damage was not normal. And Slicks knows that Fox Spirit is out and he's rolling hard to get what's back in the pool.
He's rolling hard to get what? Sorry?
The units that are back in the pool.
Yeah, which one is he looking for though? Adore?
Elk, yes. And he's one of Phosphorus as well.
He's so
And
fast!
Jotun. Yeah.
Oh my god, Jotun in this fighter comp. His team is insane. Monkey are going down instantly. That Umbre is a concern. It's going to be hard for Riplands to lock down the Umbre because it's going to go untargetable pretty often. He has so much damage on his team though. Ramfire is not going to do anything substantial here.
Umber is gone.
It's a dead man.
Yeah.
The Raber on 1 HP.
Oh my god. Sell the elves. Nareva with Titanor.
Yeah, it's a little bit rock, paper, scissors like that. Rogues are really good against pretty much everything, but can lose out to a strong enough fighter team. The Forest is... No, Forest is healing back up. Umbre going untargetable. Familiar under fire. But Familiar really only plays super well when it can dodge attacks. And just... Slick's managed to get so much true sight and clumsy and all the rest of it that it's really hard for him to dodge his opponent. The Umbre is going to go down and game 1 is over.
GG.
Slick's taking out first. Crazy first game. Like, I try to go fighters almost every game, and I never come first. So, clearly I'm doing something wrong, Neil.
The powerhouse of Slicks wasn't fighters, so it was ages. That composite is very, very strong.
So, remind me again, because Aegis has changed a few times. And I used it the other day, but I can't remember. What does Aegis do exactly again?
Aegis, what it is, Aegis is like a power condenser, meaning all of the Aegis units share attack damage, attack speed, and resistances, a percentage of those, to the nearest ally. So what's the strategy that Slicks is doing, which I think is the optimal with Aegis, is he selects a hyper carry and he surrounds it with the Aegis type of units so that it drains part of this attack speed, attack damage, and resistances. Right? So if you focus a composition for one particular unit and you give all the strong augments in that unit, and on top of that you give Aegis on that unit is a killing machine. And if you have Omnivamp on it, then it's really hard to kill because it does a lot of damage, it heals a lot, and it's insane.
Yeah, the Omnivamp seemed to be a really key part of this final game.
Yeah.
Like we saw the top 3 comps all have a big element of Omnivamp set up there. Like Wildfire grants Omnivamp as well, so Fox did have that. But really, it's a really big component of the game where that Umbre and the Forest Riplance combo, they all had Omnivamp, and they were healing so much, which was really important because if they did not, then that ramp fight from Texan, I think it was Texan that came second. No, Nareba, sorry.
Yeah.
That ram fight from Nareba would have chunked them away slowly because they were not able to heal themselves. Now, from memory, 7 Fighter also grants Omnivamp.
No, it doesn't.
You sure? No, it grants the pure damage. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But the Omnivamp was coming from
a
drone augment. Yeah.
Yes. He might have had a drone augment or something because I feel like he had quite a bit of Omnivamp. And I haven't been using the Omnivamp drone augments that much because you're really going to stack it up to get it to work or have something deal like enough damage that it makes sense. But yeah.
Yeah. Scoriox, I will go with something. I'll try to be back for the last game. So
sure.
For the next 45 minutes, 1 hour, I'll be out. Okay.
Yeah, that's all good.
I'll come back later, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Have a good one, man.
You too, man.
So we're going to kick off game 2 very, very soon, guys. Don't worry. It is coming. Looks like they're just waiting for one player to join the stream. So, for anyone who doesn't remember, from game one, we had Slicks coming in first. Crazy Aegis fighter team. Nareba second with some fantastic rogues and a Titanor at the end there. Fox Spirit coming in pretty well with the Adorido, Wildfire, Mystic, all the rest of it, all of the empaths. Texan with a great air team and some Scions. Double Octis almost got a Fisto. Fraudo did pretty well with another air comp. Doubling up there probably cost them a little bit. Soda with a big Earth team. And then Fishy with the big Mud team, not quite getting it online fast enough. Carl in 7 there with some fighters, but Slicks kind of got to them a lot faster than he did, unfortunately. All right, let's jump into it. Oh, watching Slicks. I want to watch someone else. Apologies. He is really interesting to watch, Winnie. However, if I watch the same player too often, I feel like that gives an unfair advantage to their competitors. And so I try not to do that like too much. But as we start to get to the top 4, I throw some of that out the window, if that makes sense. So we're going to watch Soda for a little bit because we didn't watch him a whole lot last match. And in game 3, we might focus on Slicks for the game, depending on how well he's doing. I think going into game 3, I tend to watch the person who's like the favorite to win. I definitely think that makes a total amount of sense. But for game 2, we're going to move it around a little bit and just try and focus on people who I haven't really looked at a whole lot. But people who perform decently well overall and stuff as well. We're going to see Soda coming out with the early 2 water, 2 bulwark. I'm really, really thirsty. I'm starting to get a headache. I'm going to go grab a drink of water. I'll be back in just a second. Okay. We've got Soda with the Grocco and Flish and the Lynx. Decent augments on the Lynx so far. Not the best augments in the world. He's got a Shield Bane to deal more damage to shield. More damage after hitting shields. Got a Fury augment on, which is quite good. And he's got an Energy Regen augment. Or Water augment, sorry. So he's turning that Lynx into a Water Alluvial? No. Oh, that's an Air Flish. That's why. Yes, I believe he has the water chip on that alluvial as well. He's got the air bow on the Ranger, which is air fighter, I believe. Very good augment. Combos really well with so many big alluvials, things like Mjol and stuff like that. So we absolutely love to see that coming out. I get wrecked by the air bow so often, it's not even funny. It does a lot of damage for some odd reason. Jumps around the board. Very good weapon for the Ranger. So Texan's Soda's in a pretty good position here. He's also going to be win streaking quite early on here. Soda's still on 100 HP. Fraudo and Carl doing well as well. He's got the Volante on the board. Personally, you got to be really careful of that. In the early rounds, it's not too bad, but as soon as you get to like round 10 or so, if you have a rogue on its own, it will get deleted so fast, it will get no damage out, and you'll have a lot of trouble. This is the second game. In the first game, we did say Slicks take it, Nareba coming second. So those two are who we're really going to focus on at the moment, and their performance for the game. We are going to watch Soda, because I think he's going to make a bit of a comeback. I think he played pretty well last game, got unlucky. But yeah, so there's quite a few big contenders here. Fox Spirit came third last game, so definitely looking good going into this game as well. Ooh. The Flish is going to survive that. Link's not in the firing line right now. Absolute mental damage. Level 4 with 27 credits. Gonna maybe hit level 5 soon. Probably going to stock up credits, but he wants to keep that win streak going for sure. Gonna get Jaru and stage 2 Doka. Fishy is swapping some things out. He's got the Nature Sword. I've considered that, but I don't think it's particularly good. It's really tricky to use. Unless you're going some sort of Verdant Fighter thing. Like Wildfire Fighter. It's kind of an awkward one. Although you could go Templar Wildfire. Double up straight with Blazonite. That'd be pretty decent. He has no Ferns yet. That Link's not taking any heat off the bat, which is generally how you know it's going to do well. He's going to take out a fighter early. Pretty much what determines these early rounds is if your DPS dies before your enemy's DPS, you're probably going to lose that round. It doesn't really get that much more complicated. Really good econ, really good win streaking here. Fox Spirit is going to drop a game now. Fraudo still at number 1 with 100 HP, tied in first with Sota. Does the Grocko have a nature and an earth imprint? The Grocko has 3 basic synergies. We absolutely love it. He's going to get some interesting legendary augments come up. He's going to take Titan's Redoubt. I'm going to read out the description for you. Sorry, Leviathan's Fury. I think that's the one he took, right? Leviathan's Fury attacks deal 6% of the holder's max health as pure damage. Since he has the fighter bow, I suspect he's probably going to get Jokul at some point, which is one of the better users of Leviathan's Fury, or any general tank can probably benefit from it, but it's a little bit hard because your tank is getting focused down first, so they can't be the tank and the DPS at the same time necessarily, but it's really good on your behemoths. Either your Seer or your Jotun, but Jotun's better because he's got the fighter base, so... Is it Leviathan's Fury he has, or a different one? No, he has Titan's Redoubt. I was right. Okay, 50% max health and 50 resistances. Quite good. He's also going to get the Chrono Flux, giving him that stacking 2% attack speed. On the Gyro, he's gotten rid of the links now. I think he said it's not time for the links anymore. And that's perfectly fine. I would have kept it longer personally, but... He's getting up those synergies. He's got, he needs 1 more air synergy to get 4 air, which is quite good in the early game. So he's going to be pushing for that soon, I would assume. Definitely he's waiting on that Mjolnir to come up at some stage. Although it's hard to tell if he wants to go into rogues or fighters here. But he is going to lose his big win streak against Fraudo, who's going to keep his... and get some great momentum here with a really good rogue comp. Okay. Quite a few empaths here from Slicks. We saw him pull off the empaths really well into the full Aegis comp last game with a great Crunk Wildfire side piece. So we're going to see... No, so I don't know if he had Wildfire. No, Crunk for the Aegis, sorry. Clearly he's gone for that Aegis all over again. Let's see if anyone competes with him for that or if he manages to pull it off. Going to see a pretty decent Flish Beam, not doing a whole lot of damage. Slicks is keeping links longer than most players. I think that tells you everything you need to know about the Slinks and the links and its raw power in the game. But Slicks taking that win with no problems at all. Game volume a bit higher? Yeah, no problem. Agree on the replays? I know not sure what you mean there. Yeah, the volume on the game thing is a little bit hard because if I ever switch to someone else's stream, they all have different volumes on their hardware. And so it jumps around quite a bit and I got to keep adjusting it, but that's fine. I'll keep a better eye on it. I can actually barely hear it. That should be a little bit better. Maybe I could turn it up here. Should be much better. Thanks for that, Tim. Hadn't even noticed. Oh, he's going to switch from a... Nope, he's going to keep the lose streak going. Probably the best option for him right this moment. So does going up against Nareba now, though. Probably both on a lose streak. One of them might elect to actually try to lose this match to keep that lose streak going. PB around in a few rounds. Doesn't look like it's coming up next. I was going to do something important on my phone. I can't remember what it was. Oh well. Yeah, Abel, on my earlier streams I've had replays, but when they changed to Gauntlet, we couldn't do that anymore because it's too hard to manage 8-player streams at once. But when we have spectator mode, I'm going to be working as much as I can on replays of high-profile kills and that sort of stuff. I do have a lot of plans for that sort of stuff to come back. I've still got all the files and things to set up my replays set up. So I'm looking forward to that. If you watch like my first and my second Illuvium Infernos, you can see that sort of stuff. I think you'll find it quite interesting. Now, I don't know if spectator mode is going to have like really specific kill cams and stuff. I think that's a really good suggestion, and I might ask them to implement that. But I'm going to focus on seeing how spectator mode runs first, and then move to there afterwards. But yeah, I'll go full production value. Don't worry. It's also a lot easier to do it when I have other casters and stuff on me with me, so that'll help there too. But I'll be working with the Illuvium team, Caveman and Co. to get all that set up. See, I know Gyro got a little bit of a buff and he's like not too bad, but I've always felt like he's kind of lackluster. Like even the Flish here has a lot of augments, but how much damage is it actually doing? I don't think it's actually doing all that much here. which is quite sad. But Flish really only does something if you have 4 Scions on the board. He's pretty good like in the round 5 to 6, 7, 8 or so, but after that he's just not doing a whole lot of damage as resistances start to pile up, and like basically he gets completely nullified by 3 Earth or 3 Bulwark and he's useless. Ridiculous. Yeah, I did, Tim. I took great pride in that one. People seem to really enjoy it, but with the Gauntlet 8 player structure, I just couldn't do it anymore until we have spectator mode. But it's coming. It's coming in the next patch. I think it's spectator mode's going to testnet and stuff like that. So it's very, very close. That Wink getting only a little bit of damage out. Some disruption. Great damage on the Gyro Omega though. Or the Revo Omega, sorry. Grocko getting some big damage in there. He has huge max health and resistances from the double Titans readout. Wig trying its best, but Soda's got some great tankiness in that Grocko, holding off a lot of stuff, but he doesn't have enough DPS on his team for it to matter. So much damage. He's gonna take out the Lalura. No, he's not. Lalura gonna get the extra damage on Soda here. Chronoflox coming out of Mjol. As I said, definitely going to get some of that air up. He's got 6 air on the board. Going to make life really good. Really big tank in Twine here. Hitting a huge power spike or a big improvement to his momentum. Also got his Squiz on the board. Still got 40 credits though. I feel like he should be rolling down a little bit harder, but now he's at level 7. He can definitely push for it. Level 7 is going to give him a big edge in finding those tier 4s and tier 5s that he desperately needs. Level 8 would be even better, but that's going to be a tough ask for him to get from his 40 credits. You might wait a few rounds and go level 8, or he might start rolling down really hard to make sure that he can get the pieces that he needs onto the board. He's not doing a whole lot of scouting, so I don't know if he's aware what opponents have. Flish could pick up another one. Probably not going to. Big foe. I feel like foe's a better hyper carry. He doesn't really have hyper carry augments for a Scion so much for Soda. So it's going to make his Squiz harder to carry here. It also goes down a whole lot faster than a foe might. Soda's got his eyes on the Vermi. Yep. For that Vermi, for the air. Familiar, fantastic. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to turn on the fucking heater. Alright. Because I am freezing right now. I'm just like, all of a sudden, I'm freezing. Yeah, that might be craziness to you guys in the States or Europe or whatever. Down here in Australia, it is winter, and it is awful. Okay. There we go. Heater's on. Heater's on. I'll stop dying soon. He has 2 dust from the Quinks and Revo, but he could be getting another dust on his Ranger. Doesn't appear to have bonded it. He might have just removed the bonding. I'm not entirely sure. But I do notice he has Rise, so he could be getting himself Shock. It would be Shock Berserker. Really, with a Singe, he could get Shock Behemoth, which would be really, really cool. But he definitely needs to be bonding that Ranger for something. Honestly, Shock is going to give him just that extra bit of damage he needs. Like, when you really think about it, the big thing is he's got, like, an unkillable tank at this stage. If he can add Shock onto that, It's going to help him get that DPS out, even with when his DPS alluvials die out a bit earlier. He's got double dust. What does he get from that? He gets Tempest. He gets Tempest Templar. Okay, so he's got to get Templar here. Templar's a great synergy. Don't hate that. I don't think he's seen a single Fern come up. Someone else must be stacking them. He's still got a lot of credits. He's not rolling down too fast. But it's taking him a while to get some of those big alluvials. He might be playing it a little bit too safe to win out this game. His squiz is going to go down. Another bow is going to take him out. Fox Spirit playing quite well. Slick still at the top with a massive win streak on 90 HP. Going to be hard to take out at this point. He's got so much momentum going into the late game here. It's like blowing out cold air, I swear. Fox Spirit had a slasher by the looks of it. You see people like specific archetypes, and once you learn those archetypes quite well, it can definitely bode really well for you moving forward. He's going to level to 8. It's going to help him find things like Fern. He's not pulling up Ferns, though. He's focused on the Scions rather than the Empaths, which is very clear. With the Matmut, I think he's going to get 2 Tempest, though. Yes, he is. He's got 2 Tempest, 6 Air, 2 Dust, 2 Templar, 2 Empath, 2 Scion. A lot of synergies. None super vertical, except for Air, but Air is quite a good synergy. So, looking like he's in a pretty good position here. Did have to roll down all of his credits. But let's see if it's worth it, if he can start getting win streaks up and hold out. This is a little bit of the long game with this format, right? You're trying to get as many points as you can to win from that prize pool of 100 ILV tokens. The Twine still unkillable at the front here. It is an absolute monster. It is slowly going down, but 2 GPS being distracted for that long is going to give the rest of his team the freedom to take in everything. Great augments on the Octius, though. We've got 2 Arcane Accelerators, going to grant 10 in Mega Power every 5 seconds, starting off with 20 in Mega Power and 5% Omnivamp. So that thing's actually be healing pretty well with 10% Omnivamp, 40 off Rip. Getting another, from the 2 side, getting another 16 or so, so it's about 56. So it's 150% of Mega Power. And every 5 seconds, you're going to get another 20%. At 10 seconds, you're going to be double the Mega Power. At 40 seconds, you're about 250%. Really, really good on that Octius there. The last one, he's still got the shield reverb thing. I think the water affinity would be better on the Octius. I don't know what this madness is. I don't know how good water affinity is gonna be on Jokul. But I guess Octius has a pretty high chance of hitting a shield and getting 25% damage amp. Or is it 25% damage? Because that's two different things. $25% more damage total. I guess he does have high odds of hitting a shield. Tempest is a great synergy, but I can't quite remember what it does. Let me have a look. Tempest increases the energy cost of the enemy team, and on dodge, it gains energy and Omega power. On takedown, refunds 50% of energy. Oh wait, that's when it's had the special ability. Wow, that's insane, actually. Like the 4 Tempest one. He doesn't have the cookers happening, so 2 Tempest is probably where it starts and ends here. But absolutely great, especially on that bow. He's going to get stacking Omega power and some increased dodge chance, which is going to be really valuable, and it's going to make him tankier on the mat mode as well. Or the mat 2. I always forget which order they're in. Oh. Apologies, guys. Apologies. Okay. I do like how they added a little bit more SFX to the Mapman Omega. It always kind of annoyed me a little bit. It's not perfect yet, but it's much, much better. That's really interesting. The Mapman Omega got cancelled because the Monarch started flying away. Big Inferno on Nareba, though. I feel like Inferno in general has been underperforming in the game, though. But still pretty solid here. Some careful positioning. He needs to make sure to protect that Octius, which is 90% of his damage. Well, I mean, his Jokul's going to do okay, but that Octius is just going to do so much in comparison. It's got some killer augments. It doesn't have nearly as good ones on Jokul. Octius is not in the firing line here, although the bow might jump to him from Carl's Ranger. Bow's jumping to Quinks. One of the big changes he made was separating the two. He's going to be pushing for that Ophisto. Could do really, really well for Soda if he gets it. He just needs to hold out. He's jumping between win and lose streaks, though. He's not really keeping anything consistent, so he's going to have to really get some good luck in here. River going straight for that Mjol. Keeping in mind that if he manages to get Jotun, he can get like a double Frost Behemoth, which would be absolutely bonkers. Would be so much fun. Or really like a Behemoth Shock or something like that. There's a lot of options here, but the point is he would get 2 Air Behemoths, which is really valuable. Going to be a tall ask. He's got a little bit too little health to be able to pull that off. Fox Spirit game crashed for a hot minute there, I suppose. Texan hanging on with 2 HP. Fishy with 8. Carl with 11. Close at the bottom rung. Close in the middle, and Fox Spirit running away with the game a little bit. Not entirely sure what his team looks like. Fox Spirit got disconnected for a while and is still on the full win streak. Unbelievable. Absolutely love it. Ooh, big Omega. Double Omega from Octius. Not going to get double Omega there. Is it going to go down? Oh, the Gorilla is going to take it down right at the end there. Does he have enough DPS to carry it through? Jokul's there, but it can't break through that bulwark. What is that? That's the Scion Shield from Texan. And he's got a C4S at the back. Big Omega from C4 is going to take out the two non-tanks. He's 2 squizzes away from Mephisto. Probably has one more death in him. One more loss in him. 1 squiz away. He's desperate for it. Not quite able to find it. He's got a Dorido there to help protect his Octius. He's got to not forget to bond. I know. I think he still has the bond. It's all good. He has 2 Spore. Octius still safe for now. Nope, going down now. Oh, gonna get one last Omega. Didn't quite hit. He needs to take out enough Alluvials to not drop here. Oh, the bow, the Ranger. Oh, gonna go down to that Umbre. Wait, let me know, guys. Do you guys prefer Umbre or Umber? Oh my god. I know it went down to Umbra, but like, that thing was monstrous. He's not gonna find it. You can see Octi is on the back of the board for Nareba. That is pretty much why he is unable to find it. Nareba does not have any on the bench, so technically it should be in the pool, but if any other player has 1 squiz, he is not going to be able to find it against that. Pretty decent positioning here. That Vermilion could maybe still be targeting the... Nope, he's going to block it in. Make sure the Vermilion can't take him out. The Goliath could go forward to the Octius. It is. And the Monarch is targeting it. No. Oh, Octius goes down straight away. He's in trouble now. Some unlucky positioning on that one. Oh, and Areba are going to take him out. We are going to check our Fox Spirit now. Fox Spirit has the full Vanguard setup. Riptorus on the board as well. Some great fighters for us with some pretty average looking augments. Great augments on the Slashin though. It has, let me go through them. It has Rift, no, not Rift Striker. Yes, Rift Striker. It has Rift Striker, which I'm not entirely sure what it does. But, oh, it gives attack damage, crit chance, and crit amp. Very good for the Slashin. He's got... Oh, that's a legendary augment, sorry. He's got Leviathan's Fury, allowing him to deal a percentage of his max health as pure damage. Fantastic on a Vanguard. And then his last one is the boosty thing. Powers Ascent. After 15 seconds, get huge max health, damage, and reduction and damage amp, which is going to make him unstoppable after 15 seconds, especially as far as Vanguards go. He's also got the Rip Lance on the board for the double Berserker. Absolute madness here. Not able to get the third Vanguard, though. His range up will not allow it. He does go triple Berserker and Frost. So he does stack the Frost with his Slash and Jokul. 3 Frost, 3 Berserker is quite good here. He hasn't given the Rogue chip to anything. We're going to see Slicks go down a little bit earlier than expected. He's on a 10 win streak, Fox Spirit. Nareba going to come second. Fox Spirit likely to come first. Nareba came second last game too. Fox Spirit came third, which will put them on equal points after this game. Slicks might be 1 point below that, coming first and fourth. Texan really unlucky with the 7th here. Soda not too bad with the 5th. And Fraudo actually coming 5th and then 3rd. So pretty good for him as well. So Fraudo, Nareba, Fox, and Slicks are going to be the top 4 going into Game 3. Headphone Hey, back in the Twitch chat. We missed you, mate. How's it going? A Leviathan mode, I think you can test it on test. I think you can play it and stuff, but it's not really a thing yet, no. He's got Seer. Oh my god, the damage on that slashing. What is the range on that thing? We're going to see Fox Spirit take the second game here, putting him in an excellent position to win the entire tournament. Quite a tight heat going in Game 3, clearly. I'm just getting the scoreboard up for people. All right. So it looks like, so we're looking at the points on the right, I believe. Yes, because Slick's got 8 and then 5. Okay. So we're looking at Nareba and Fox Spirit tied on first with 14 points. Slick's on 13 points, so he's right behind them. Fraudo doing well on 10. Fishy a little bit unlucky with these 2 games on 2. And we've got a tiebreak on Texan and Soda with 7. They're definitely going to want to resolve that. And Carl with 5. Now, it looks like Texan and Sota are probably not eligible to really win. If they get 8 points, they go to 15. Yeah, they can't really win it from here since it's only a best of 3 for this game. However, Fraudo getting up to 18 definitely has a chance to take it all. And the top 3, obviously, with the best possible chance to win this thing. But really, they're all fighting to come first, okay? Like, if Slicks comes second, he is in huge trouble. He might even come 3rd or 4th. But if Narebra or Fox come first, they guarantee it. If Slicks comes first, he would probably win out on a bunch of the tie breaks because he would have the most first place finishes, and so he would actually win out on a bunch of the tie breaks if he comes first. So if any of these 3 players come first, they will take the entire tournament straight up. I hope that makes sense, guys. Headphone, hey, I'm sure you're good enough, man. Honestly, like, it's crazy you say that because I'm seeing a lot of really interesting discrepancy here. Like, I know we're going to watch Slicks in this game, I think. But the point I'm making is I know Slicks, I think, scouts quite a bit in the game. But these other players I've been spectating, they haven't scouted like once, as far as I could tell. They just don't do it. Maybe it's because it's a little bit buggy. Maybe they avoid it? But like, I'm barely even seeing them hover over the opponent's thing to see what they have. Which is really, really odd. But that's how they play, I guess. So I think you'd be surprised. If you're willing to like really get deep into the game, I think anyone can really be a top 50 player right now. And sure, practice and familiarity is a big part of that, but I definitely believe that anyone can really do that. Just doing the ready check now, and then we'll jump into game 3. Remembering that our major contenders right now are Nareba, Fox, Slicks, and Fraudo. It is going to be Crystal Shores. That is going to make it interesting. So for anyone who's not aware, this is the most controversial region in the game where everyone starts at level 5. No, sorry, this is the other one. Crystal Shores makes all tier 0s cost 1 credit, which makes the game a lot harder and far more interesting in these early rounds. I haven't really seen any of them scouting, which is so weird. I know it's a big part of the game. When I scout, I play so much better. Yeah, sometimes the tournaments are too late. That's fine. Good morning, Sped. How's it going, man? I woke up 3 times today because I had to try and predict when this grand final was going to commence. Although, I got a surprising amount of sleep, so thankfully. Thankfully, I don't have much trouble getting back to sleep after I've woken up. I'm quite good at that, actually. But I can't sleep if I'm not tired. That's the flip of it. If I have a Red Bull, I can't sleep either. I know some people can sleep pretty good after a Red Bull. I guess they're just, like, desensitized to caffeine or whatever. Alright, looks like they're going to remake the game. We definitely don't want it to be unfair on that 3rd match, so we're just going to remake the game. That's fine. One player had trouble connecting, some sort of bug out, and they had the issue in a previous round, and remaking was the only solution. So it is what it is. How about how you think watch Fox at the start and see how he decides to pick weapons and comps? We could do that, but I think some people in here wanted to see Slicks, and I think he might be the favorite going into this final game. Oh, it's so much better, man. It's so much better. Quality of life features and all that sort of stuff is really fantastic in particular. But there's a lot to enjoy about these latest patches, and there's some even more quality of life stuff coming now. Neil was talking to us about it just before, where things like tooltips and stuff for newer players and things like that are going to be coming into the game in this next patch, which is hopefully dropping sometime this week. Don't know what time, what day, but sometimes early this week, I think we're going to get a patch with a bunch of different quality of life things. And then maybe, I don't know if it's going to come this week, but like a battle pass or something should be around the corner as well. So by the end of July, I think people will be calling Arena a complete game and experience. And so we're almost there. Oh, it's so much nicer in my room now. Maybe a little bit too warm. What's RV Summer? That's the next Beyond promotion. The next Beyond partner promo discs. We don't have a partner for that one because of some a little bit of bad luck behind the scenes. And so we're doing just an Illuvium one. It's going to be an ILV Summer. We got Tiger Boreal this time, which I don't know what it does. Does anyone know what Tiger Boreal does? Drone augments can be re-rolled an additional time. Okay, should be interesting.
Hello.
So, welcome back. We're going to be watching Slicks this time. It's
Nice,
a really
right?
close...
Right on time, right?
Yeah, pretty much. They had to remake the game, so you would have been in round like 5 or 6, but...
What happened on game 2?
Game 2, Slicks came 4th or 5th? 4th? Oh, wait, let me grab it. Slicks came 5th on game 2. So he's on 13 points. Oh, what happened there? That's weird. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Sorry. Slicks is on 13 points. We got Foxbrew and Nareba actually tied on 14. So Nareba came second twice, and Fox came third and then second, then first in that last game. Fox Spirit dominated. He had like this slash and hyper carry that was absolutely mental. Full Vanguard, I think it was three Frost and three, not 3 Vanguard. He had Behemoth, 3 Berserker. He had 3 Berserker, 3 Frost. So absolute mental, and he got Jotun on the board as well. I don't think he got Behemoth though, because he prioritized the Vanguard and everything, and Berserker. Yeah.
Wow. So at the moment, Fox Spirit is top 1 contender, right?
Fox and Nareba are tied.
Oh, because Nareba ended second as well on the second game.
Yeah, he got second twice.
Okay.
Yeah, but Slicks
so
is on
it's pretty
13
even.
points. Slicks is on 13 points, and Slicks would actually win all of the tie breaks if he wins. So if any of those 3 players win, they win.
Okay. It's hot. It's hot.
Yes. It's gonna be intense. Texan and Soda are both on 7 points, and they definitely want to perform really, really well to get like top 4 in terms of the prize money. Yeah, the optimization I don't think has come in quite yet, Headphone Hank. Do you have any comments on that? Do you think optimization is coming in soon?
You art-wise, you mean? Like how heavy is the requirements specs? Okay, yes. We are actively optimizing the game. Illuvials are 95% optimized. Then we will have to optimize the battle board as well. We're also planning on having an extra settings quality for very low specs PC. And all of these as well work that will help towards mobile.
So the other question I had for you is the battle pass. Where is it? Where is it, Neil?
It's done, but I mean it's done. It's ready, but we are awaiting to coordinate everything. So the entire main menu, well, yes, the main menu, but the main menu plus the battle pass plus the marketing pass plus the main menu initiative, all of these will come together in the main event as well. So what I'm trying to say is we want all of these things to converge to attract players and have the battle pass be meaningful. If we launch the battle pass now, given the player base that we have and considering the marketing push has not begun yet, it wouldn't have the same effect. So we are holding on to it just a little bit more.
Okay, so to clarify, we're getting a bunch of quality of life passes and stuff in this next update, and the battle pass type stuff is coming in the update after.
Pretty much. That's the plan, yeah.
Slicks has got double granite on the board quite early, 4 earth. If he gets the 5th earth on, if he levels up soon and gets the 5th earth on, it'll give him really good edge to get some early win streak happening. Clearly his team's already quite strong. He's got Arcos right off the bat. He always gets it straight up. For anyone who's taken notes, Arcos is always coming out early. But really, he's just getting big damage dealers, big tanks. He's got the Maul. The Maul is... what is it? Is it Empath?
The Maul?
Yeah, the ranger weapon. The big
hammer. Yeah. That's an Empath, yeah. So he's got Aegis active. Give me 1 second.
Oh, Aegis is Scion Empath. Right. No, it's not. Yeah, but he didn't... Who did he merge with it? Because he got Granite. He doesn't have Granite anymore. Okay, I see. I'm having a blessed day, Taylor. I appreciate it.
I'm back, brother.
All good.
So yes, Leaks really likes these early Aegis.
Well, that's the thing with some of these composites, is they're really, really good early, and some of them fall off. I would even say Aegis falls off unless you get 3. Even I've run an early Aegis, and it doesn't really work that great unless you get 3 of them. That being said, it is highly dependent on hyper carries. If you don't have good enough augments on a hyper carry, then Aegis is not going to help you.
Yeah, that's so true.
So who's currently getting the Aegis? He hasn't really set it up properly. He's giving it to... How would it even pick here if it gives it to... They're both touching. TNT.
The unit with a smaller hex size would get it. Because what counts is
the back
the proximity in the center of the unit.
I see. Okay, I did not realize that. I wonder if Slicks knows that. He probably does, knowing him. He's probably asked.
He must have checked.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably has. Knowing him.
That heavy, it's going to be demanded.
Oh my god, I got a scammer just make a comment on Kick. That's so funny.
Yeah, I saw that scammer.
See, like, because we watched a lot of players today. We haven't quite watched Slicks like this. Slicks is rolling much earlier than we often see a lot of these other players rolling. Even when, like, I would say Slicks still has like a really good team and he didn't necessarily need to roll. Like, he's up against Nareba here, and Nareba's team doesn't look nearly as good as Slicks' does. But clearly he chose to still, probably so he can get some of those pieces he really needs to fill out the Aegis later on.
He's in this game. Slicks is going for a very strong early game with 7 Earth, which he managed to activate.
True.
Now I think his aim is to preserve this 4-win streak that he's got, bring it to the max, and then start accumulating economy into the mid game and slow roll into what he needs and play reactively from there, which is a very good game plan.
Yeah, I guess he got the Earth chip and he felt like he could leverage that into the 7 Earth, which is particularly good into something like an Aegis because you get that additional tankiness, shielding, empaths, all the rest of it. So,
oh my god, and he got Scarabug as well.
Oh, no way! Oh, what is that?
That's huge.
He gets the Granite on it. He gets Granite too. Granite Aegis. Oh my god. I'm actually a little shocked he's not putting the Maul at the front.
Yeah, me too.
Does the Maul do a lot of damage? Does he need to preserve it?
It's quite strong.
Yeah.
The Omega is quite strong. At least you want to cast once.
Yeah, I think I have noticed the Omega's insane. So much knowledge. I appreciate it, Spade. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm trying my best. I have like I don't play very much, so I'm not high up in the ranks, but I'm a pretty competent player nowadays. So I can provide some insight. And I had that coaching session with Slick, so I understand the way he works a little bit better than you might expect. But no, having that win streak is going to be so big for him now. And he's got such an early power spike. It really, the game comes down to leveraging that properly. Some players just can't. They get like that early power spike and they don't maximize it in the right way. But Slicks is really good at pushing that through to first place finish. And yeah, you can be pretty confident he's going to do well here. Surprised I'm not seeing him scout a whole lot. I know he loves scouting, so maybe he'll do it a little bit later. We'll see. But yeah. I'm starting to see these balance changes. But I feel like this patch is like balanced pretty well. Like, it's not perfect, but this is one of the better balances we've had in my experience, at least. I don't know if others will disagree with me. The other thing that's might need a bit of a rework balance-wise is actually the big synergies for things that aren't Earth and Air. Earth and Air are quite good at the max synergies. And I feel like no one ever really goes for fire, water, or nature. Oh, you see nature a little bit. Fire and water in particular are quite weak.
Fire is the weakest synergy by far, and it's getting some help in the next patch.
Yes.
More max fire should be seen. And this will help Scoriox, by the way.
Fire's my favorite comp. Regardless of Scoriox, Fire's my favorite comp. Always has been.
And water is very strong, but Water 8 with the extra bonus effect perhaps is not compelling enough. We may end up reworking it because it's not very visual either. It's like lethargic. It gives lethargic every time a unit casts. But it's not something that players enjoy visually. It's not something tangible. Do you know what I mean?
No, but doesn't it give like if your opponent's alluvial cast, they get lethargic? No.
Yes.
But isn't that practically useless? Because they only get lethargic for like 1.5 seconds or whatever. But they're not casting straight away. It really only neuters Optius.
So
it stops their energy regen, but that's not that impactful for 1.5 seconds, is it?
Well, it delays the energy gain for 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, but that's not that big of a deal.
No.
Like, if it was like 2 or 3 seconds, I'd be like, yeah, that's pretty big effect. Maybe 2 OP. But 1.5 just feels like it's not that big.
Yeah, and also how it feels. Because you see a lot of lethargic, but it's not something like, whoa, now I deal pure damage, or now I, you know, it's, we may have to think about it.
Which one did he grab? Did he get the resistance one?
No, the psionic barrier. Check his units, a lot of shit.
Oh, he got psionic barrier, right. Oh my god. So, can you pair Aegis with the Scion composition, or not really?
Yes, because I think this Scion is temporary. He will go for Bloom and bust the foe. As you can see, he's starting to collect the mole, the star-nosed mole, and he will go for Bloom.
Oh my god. What the...
For granite.
What? That's so lucky. He also got Behemoth in the same thing, which is one of my favorite synergies. Monstrous. I'm going to quickly Google what Full Granite does. Re-trigger invulnerable every 15 seconds and gain 50 permanent thorns. Wait, does it only get the 50 permanent thorns after 15 seconds or just always?
Can you repeat the question?
Does it get the 50 permanent thorns off them straight away? Or does it have to wait 15 seconds for the granite? The full granite?
No, the thorns are permanent.
Okay. So really all he needs is one more Scarab off.
Exactly. By the way, 2 rounds and we can do the bet.
We're gonna do it again? Alright. I think like but Slicks is like an 8 win streak and is gonna get 4 granite.
We gotta check the other guns out a little bit. You never know.
Okay.
It's playing out really well for Slicks, but we gotta check.
To be fair, the top 4 in this game right now on that list are the exact same top 4 that are trying to go for first.
Yeah. It could be very tight. It could be very exciting.
It could be. Absolutely. He's gonna get foe. He could level up and put foe on the board. Probably doesn't need to. I'd argue Apon's probably better here than Gorilla, no? Oh, never mind.
Yep. No,
like Gorilla's a great Illuvium, but you can't solo rogues at round 14.
No. It's very good for early rounds at the moment, but as a single rogue, it's much. This stun of Apon has way more impact.
Yeah. So he's put the Adore on the board. Is Adore that much better than Foe here? I guess so.
Yeah. He also did that for Empath 4.
Oh, right. Yes.
And Adore is a very, very strong unit.
Yeah, I don't use it nearly enough.
It's one of the best units.
Yeah, because it reduces the mega power of the enemies it hits too, doesn't it?
It shouldn't be doing that. It shouldn't be doing that. Let me check.
Yeah, it hits enemies as well. And what does it do to them? I think it reduces something from theirs. Might be their attack speed or something.
And no, it deals damage to them. Yeah, no, it doesn't though. It just deals damage to them.
Okay.
The allies get bonus Omega power though.
Yep. What makes it so good though? On paper, it doesn't seem that good.
No, it is very good because it targets 3 allies and 3 enemies, and those are the lowest HP allies and enemies. It heals the allies, which can be. It can make a lot of impact, healing that ally that is about to die, and you recover it. It's insane, and then it can help you last hit the enemies that are about to die, so that they die quicker. That's a lot of inherent value in there.
Yeah, but I've always felt like Adore doesn't do a whole lot, but Adorido has much better stats. Like, it doesn't heal. Adore doesn't seem to heal that much. Okay. After this round, we can start looking around at the different players.
Sounds good.
And Spared, why did Slicks have a giant drone? Your drone gets bigger if you're on a win streak. And so Slicks has like a massive drone and everyone else's drone is a puny little thing.
It may lose now, right?
No, I think he's got it. Oh no! Adorido went down! Oh, Fox Spirit! Killing the win streak!
Time to check,
And he got the granite! The turn after! Okay, Fraudo's got Octius, Matu, TNT. Pretty good. He's got Squeeze on the bench too.
And Inferno.
Gone pretty well into Scion here. I'm a Fishy. Kukaraf and T-Ruo.
Okay.
Also has the Mammoth. And Squiz, but he's going to have hard time finding them. Got 2 Shock. We've got... Who am I looking at now? I'm looking at Carl. Here's Vanguard at 5 Bulwark. I love a Vanguard Bulwark setup. He's also got Gnarl on the board. Could be going for Colossus at some stage. Gonna be a little bit tricky for him to get it though. He doesn't have like any... He doesn't have any Cardulocks happening. I'm looking at Nareba. It'll show us him in a second, I guess. He's got 4 Water, 2 Frost, 2 Air, 5 Bulwark as well. Quite a few people going for Bulwark, going to make all of their lives a little bit harder. He does have Goliath, which is going to slow down Slicks from getting maybe a Titanor. Slicks, we already know. Texan. Texan, a lot of rogues. Double Ramphy. A lot of fire. He's going full fire comp. And he's got Weebo on there as well.
It's a little bit of a weak comp, this one.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
But he could ramp it up pretty quickly if he gets Monarch ram fight happening, you know?
Yeah.
5 Fighter, 2 Aegis, 2 Templar. Also going Aegis from Fox Spirit.
Yeah.
Actively competing with Slicks. He knows if he doesn't, he's pretty much just insta-lose. And so he's got to try and beat him at his own game a little bit. Which is going to make harder for both of them. So, keeping that in mind, like, Fraudo's comp was pretty good, right? I still think Slicks is going to win. That early win streak gave him so much momentum. But Fraudo's Scion is a little bit way less contested, if you ask me. And so if Fox and Slicks cancel each other out, Fraudo's going to do really good work here. It's going to be interesting. What do you think? Who do you think is going to win? I still think Slicks.
I think it's very, very tight. I think your assessment is really good. I think that Fox Spirit and Slicks are cancelling each other out. but it's still going to be among those two. I think Frodo will fall off late game. And if I had to say, it's going to be very, very close. I'll say Fox Spirit.
Yeah, you can see Frodo's got 2 Ramthies on the bench. He really needs that to break this healing backline. But this healing from Slicks is insane now. He also got the Flood on the board. 4 Granite. Unbelievable. Oh my god. Second win 3. "20 seconds into the battle, though." I think that works for his comp. He's got 7 Earth, 4 Granite. I think he can go second wind, although he has a lot of healing, so maybe he didn't need it.
I think he picked well. Mystic Granite for Jesus.
Avon's going to go down. Let's see if the Rampike can dish out enough damage. Not bad damage, but it's not quite enough. You can't leave that TNT alive. He's got the Monarch. There's just too much healing. Flood didn't go down. Adorido is untouched. Because Ramfight brings all your carries down to like 200 HP, and then Adorido brings them back up to full, and you can't stop it. Yeah, look. Okay, Furies. Slicks is definitely playing well. But giving him the Granite chip, he definitely had some good luck going into this match, okay? I'm just saying. Although he's really good at playing the field in front of him. Oh, is tailoring coming in this next patch?
Yes.
How is it going to work?
Each of the active, not active, because you may have, as you can see right now, Slicks has a Spore and Bloom, but it's not active, but he's got it. Can you see?
Yep.
So for each one of those, this will provide a weighting, and the more you have something, the bigger the weighting that will have, and then you will receive 3 options, and you will select which one out of the things that you are already building towards.
Okay, you mean synergy chips?
Yeah.
Okay.
So essentially what it will do is not giving you something that is completely unrelated towards your product.
Is there any other sort of tailoring coming, like with the Illuvials in the shop or anything, or no?
No. Illuvials in the shop, no.
That'd be OP, right?
Yeah, it would be crazy.
But how often does a player get synergy chips?
It depends on the game. The regions, the RNG of the PvE rewards. It really depends.
Is it ever guaranteed? Like, you always get at least something in like drone augments and stuff, right? But with the augment crates, which is the big one, do you always get a guaranteed augment, like a synergy, like a composite synergy augment crate?
Yeah. There is a certain PvE round that gives always at least one composite. But
okay,
because
that's what I thought I saw before. That's where he got the granite from, right?
I think that one was not the one which is guaranteed, because like there is a PvE round, right? The first PvE round in the game. There are some odds, and since it's the first one, the odds of you getting something strong are very low. But as the game progresses, the odds of getting something strong increase. So in a game, you may receive something very strong early game.
Yep.
Or just wait it out until later.
And so you said he has Bloom on the bench. He doesn't really, because Foe and Lura are not Bloom. But it takes into account their future evolutions.
Well, he's good. It only counts what you have on the board. It doesn't matter what you have on the bench. For the tailoring.
No. I mean for the for the tailoring, it's only what's on the board.
Yes.
Okay. So he wouldn't get tailored to Bloom at all. Oh, he does have one Bloom.
Yeah,
Where's that coming from?
Yeah.
Oh, here's a Lalura. Okay, I see. Okay. That makes sense. Does it activate when you open the crate or when you receive the crate?
When you open.
So you could actually swap out things onto your board, open it, and then swap them back out.
Yeah.
I bet half of you guys didn't think about that, did you?
You just revealed the trick.
That's a smart strategy. That's how you should be doing it.
Yep.
Like, for example, if he had Forest on the bench but it wasn't in, he would absolutely swap that on, then open the crate. Slick's back on the win streak. Fox Spirit falling down to 4. Fishy doing pretty well. He's come last both first 2 games, I think. So, he definitely wants to do well. Oh, Omni Surge gonna grant a Mega Power. Really good if he gets that Mega Power onto a Dorido. It'll be healing like absolutely nothing. 2 Luras. Double Flood on the board. Absolute madness. Omni Surge going on a Dorido. He's just stacking the heals. He doesn't even have a DPS on the board. He's got... his Ranger's going to be doing something, and TNT, but that's pretty much it, right?
Yep.
Hypercarrier Dorido, I guess.
That Talkman benefits your entire team, so it's not Illuvium specific.
Oh, the Jotun's actually taken down Goliath after Granite goes down. Flood at the front's going to go down. The Rebels team is really quite good. He's got Behemoth Chip on the slashes.
Oh, mama. Oh,
Behemoth
mama,
on the slash. He's got Frost Behemoth, Vanguard slashing.
You know
madness.
What's insanely strong in Nareva's comp? This suit amplifier. Nareva's suit amplifier is insane.
He's also one flare away from Seer, but I don't know if Slick's noticed that. He should be grabbing that flare right now or he's just gonna lose. He's gonna get 4 Behemoth.
Slick needs a carry.
Yes. He needs something to dish damage back. He can't just like survive through that anymore.
Yeah. He still has a very big health pool, so he has time to react. What he doesn't have though is a lot of economy.
His economy's okay. I mean, he could have more, sure. Yeah. He's got Forest on the board now, giving it some Aegis, which is going to help. He doesn't have Aegis anymore, sorry. He's got the 2 Mystic. That heal on the TNT. He's got so much healing, he's gonna survive 2 ram fires. There was a weird interaction there with the untargetable. I don't know if you saw it. But Ramfight went up. Then Ramfight's enemies went untargetable. And then Ramfight didn't cast or something? I don't know. It was very odd.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, they took no damage. I don't know what happened.
It has happened before. I think it's because the Ranger stunned him with the Omega. I'm not sure. It happened before with this weapon as well.
Yeah, he might have been stunned. I think you're right. I'm a fishy. Slow start, but coming back with that rogue comp. Kukaraf. He's got Tempest on. Big Tempest. Can't get Tempest with his Ranger, though.
Slick sold the turtle.
Oh, did he get it? Oh, he got rid of it?
Yes.
Slick's getting rid of the Aegis is unheard of. He knows he needs damage. Pivoting hard into it. Damn, the Adorino doing pretty good damage here. What the hell? He's on the other side of the board.
Yeah.
Oh, Forest is alive. No, it's getting taken down by the Optus. And so is Adorino. Just before Flood comes in. Big Enchanter.
Enchanter Tempest.
Oh, yes. Yes, Furies. Granite procs every 20 seconds. So I think it procced right before the Ramfire cast.
That's why it didn't. Nice, it came clutch.
That might have been part of it. He might have gotten stunned out of it, but I think the Granite did factor in. I forgot about that, Furies. Good catch, good catch.
Yeah. Nice
He's
one,
close
Furies.
to... He's close to Malura, but if someone else has Malura, he can't get it, right?
Yeah. Wow, that geyser though. Jesus.
He's so fast.
Yeah.
We should make an Illuvium RTS.
At some point, hopefully.
I'd be a top player at that. That'd be so good.
Do you remember when we played StarCraft?
I love StarCraft. I always thought like a Pokemon RTS would be so good, you know? I don't know, like an army of Squirtles.
Oh, Fox Spirit is dead.
No way!
So it comes down to Nareva and Slicks.
The Rebel must have killed him, surely.
Yeah, Nareva is a top contender. It's going to be between Nareva and Slicks.
Yeah, Nareba's got the big win streak going now too. So this one would guarantee the composite augment, I'd have to assume.
Oh, this one, yes. This one, let me check the odds. I think it's like 80% or 90%.
Okay. So with tailoring, he'd be able to guarantee something like really good, like Berserker or Spore or like a Mystic
Or
would probably
Mystic,
come
yeah.
up.
If he gets Mystic 4, holy.
So they have waiting, but do you have any chance of getting something useless at all?
No.
No, it's guaranteed to be something you need, but the waiting impacts which one.
Yeah. Now, I'm not. I think it's like all of them have tailoring. I don't know. Maybe I would need to check that, but maybe one of those is full random and the other two have waiting. I don't know what we ended up deciding. still we want to test it first internally because we still haven't done the GD testing of it, and see how it feels with the community and adjust from there because we don't want it to be too obvious.
Honestly, every single change you guys have made that gives you those big powerful moments, those have been the most fun things for me. Like the minute, like you guys made a bunch of changes and made it really easy to get like 4 frost, and that was the most fun I ever had playing the game, you know. And so that sort of like giant power spike stuff, I think, is the most fun part about Illuvium. And so more of that, I'm all for it. But the problem there is like, if the game's not balanced very well, everyone goes for 4 of something, and then it just kind of becomes really shit in itself, in a certain sense. But you know, that's the hard part, right?
Totally. We definitely need a really good balance for all of this to work out well.
He got the Colossus chip, but he doesn't have Colossus. He's got a Granite, he's got a Goliath on the bench, sorry, so that's going to help. His Forest is still in it. Good distractions on the Jotun, but if that thing comes out for Forest, he's screwed. It's gone for Forest now. It's absolutely dead. He's got the Seer as well. And the Blotto. Nareba contested the Aegis and won.
Nareva's got this. That suit amplifier is very strong.
What does it do?
It gives the ranger and 2 extra units 20 attack range. So you can have fighters hitting you from afar. It's very
That's
strong.
how he's getting it.
And it's getting nerfed. It's getting nerfed hard.
Yeah, that Jotun's attacking from the back line. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And not only in the Jotun, I believe Forus or the Penguin also had it, but Penguin died really fast.
Yeah, I saw the Penguin in a different game doing that, attacking from way far away. So that it's all coming from that suit amplifier.
Yes.
Just delete it. Don't even nerf it. Just delete it. Ridiculous.
No, it's good, but now it's too strong.
Yeah.
There's another thing that can give you this capacity is Jack Zen, a legendary augment.
Yeah.
That gives you attack range.
But that's a legendary augment. That's okay. Needs one more Scarabok.
Oh my god.
Thankfully, he's got enough HP to play with it. That's the benefit of doing so well early, is you kind of guarantee that top 2, top 3.
Yeah.
It's pretty close to Phosphorus too. I don't know if it saves him. But getting Colossus would make a big difference, because if you can slow down the Jotun for a bit longer, it helps a lot. Especially because the longer he slows it down, the more healing he can get from his Adorido. But Jotun's based on max health, so yeah. He's doing, like, Behemoth's doing damage based on max health, so I don't know if you can stop it. Granite's gonna come in again. Nope, just too short.
Oh my god, that Adoreo!
Flishy's gonna go down. Although, yes, Nareba had the most points, so either of them wins, they win. It comes down to this. Who's going to win the competition? They both guaranteed a second place in the total competition, I believe. Because Fox Spirit...
Oh my god! Titanor! Oh, mama.
He gets the Colossus. And it's Granite, and it has Thorns. Where do you put the second Colossus on? Oh, it's on the It's on the geyser.
Yeah.
Jones
This one is going to
attacking
be close.
Goliath. Goliath's taking the punishment, but getting heals almost to match it.
Oh my god, this Titaron is tanking so hard, but that
No, the
penguin is
Jojo
going
went up
nasty.
for it.
This Titaron is a beast. Oh
The
god.
Titanor took on both Frost Behemoths for so long.
Yeah.
But his forest went down. Once the Slashin dealt with Tianti, the forest went down so fast to that Slashin. So he has to make sure that he can kill the Slashin. 3 Mystic. He cannot let the Slashin free.
Oh, he's one short of Adorius.
And now he's got the Rip Lance. Oh my god. Nariba's team is mental.
I think Flix is fucked.
That forest is in a terrible position. It beats the
Oh
Rip
my
Lance.
god! Clutch healing from Adoredo.
No, now the Slashin's on it.
Yeah,
As soon as that Slashin turns.
yeah.
Great invulnerable in clutch. All the heals. The monkey is gonna do it. The monkey's on the Jojo.
Wait,
Oh, no.
This penguin is not done. Oh, the invulnerable. What? Oh no, these monsters.
Oh, they're terrifying. They're terrifying. We're gonna see Nariba take it.
Oh my god.
That puts Nariba at 22 points and Slicks at 21. Now, if Slicks did better last round, where he came like 4th instead of 5th, he might have actually still won that tiebreak. I don't think he actually did, but even if he came 3rd last round, he would have won just from the 2nd place there. But he had such a not a very good game too, and it's really cost him here. Brutal. I'm waiting for the final scores to come in, and then I'll put it up on stream. So we see Nariba in 1st with 22 points. Slicks on 20 points, coming in 2nd. Fox Spirit still doing well enough to come in 3rd there with the 18. Fraudo doing very well with the 15 points. Texan coming in 5th with 9th with a pretty decent, with fine enough placement in that last game. Carl did quite well in that last game too, getting 8th. But the tiebreak, I think, is won by Sota. Wait. 5, 8. Yeah. I think Soda actually wins that tiebreak. Yes, you can see he gets 7th prize or whatever it is. Fishy actually wins the tiebreak over both of them and gets 6th prize. So big tiebreak there. Right at the bottom of that thing. Fishy. It's actually so funny. Is that Fishy came last twice, but actually won the tiebreak to get 6th prize on that last game, which is absolutely insane. We absolutely love it. Highest individual place, Fishy, wins you the tiebreak. So since you came 3rd in that last game, 3rd is better than any of the positionings of those other 2 players. And so you actually win out the tiebreak there and get 6th place. So congrats on that, mate. That's how it is written in the rules as far as I can tell, at least. Yeah, absolute madness.
Yeah.
Very intense final game on the first test tournament for the preseason of Illuvium. The next tournament should be absolutely massive and the next monthly tournament should officially kick off the competitive season for Illuvium. Marketing hopefully follows shortly after that. That is when Illuvium gets really, really interesting. I've got this after the first 2 games. I might as well open it. I'm hoping to get another one soon. I don't have it quite yet. Oh, it zoomed out. Sorry. Let me fix that. There we go. I should probably zoom out a bit more. Hold on. Okay. We can see Slicks on the second from the right here. We can see in game 1, we got the blue thing. Fisher didn't do too great in both those 2 games. See Carl about the same as Texan. Better game 1 than 2. Fraudo pretty similar. Neroba pretty similar. Consistent. Slicks pretty consistent as well. And Soda pretty consistent as well. You can see a lot of players quite consistent with their placement, showing that they're quite like their skill is really showing through the game too, which is quite important. Like you don't want great big swings in these placements. Then you're like, okay, that player is just getting like luck is playing too much of a factor in this game. But you can see that there's quite a bit of consistency here, which is really good to see. But yeah, we shouldn't keep it too much longer. Is there anything else you want to speak about before we wrap this one up?
Not on my side. I think it's been great. It's been exciting. And we need to keep improving the balance, and we will do so. Thank you so much, Scoriox. Great casting, man.
That's so good. I appreciate it. I definitely needed your help, man. You have so many insights in the game that I don't know, don't remember, or otherwise. And I really appreciate it. I hope you can join me in the future as well. At some
Of
point.
course,
Really
it's been a pleasure, and I'll try to join as much as possible in the minor and major tournaments coming to the World Championship.
Sweet.
It's not going to be always, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, I'm really good at the production side of things. So when I have other people taking care of the casting a bit more, I'm really good at handling that sort of stuff. But yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate everyone for watching as well. Thank you to everyone there as well. And yeah, have a good day. Have a good weekend. Have a good one, guys. Bye.